The Paris Olympics 2024 is fast approaching, and we can't wait to see what stars like Sydney mclaughlin-levrone have to offer. She took home the win in the women's 400-meter hurdles final and set a world record in the event in the US Olympic team trials held a while back. Sydney mclaughlin-levrone was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, USA on August 7, 1999 as Sydney Michelle McLaughlin. She is an American hurdler and sprinter who has left jolting imprints on world athletics very young. Her run to becoming one of the most awarded athletes in her discipline is marked with several milestones and achievements. McLaughlin-Levrone, who is the reigning gold medalist and world number 1, finished the race in record-breaking 50.65 seconds, with her competition Anna Cockrell and Jasmine Jones crossing the finish line just more than 2 seconds back of her. All three of them later advanced to the Olympic team for the event to lead potentially one of America's strongest teams in Paris. Reigning gold medalist McLaughlin-Levrone barely broke a sweat in the semis that beautiful Saturday while running 52.48 seconds to advance to the final at Hayward Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. McLaughlin kept her calm, crouched on the floor while placing her hand over her mouth in shock as she saw the record-breaking time. She was contended by Cockrell, who recorded a personal best of 52.95 seconds in the semis to get into the final and then did even better during the finals with a time of 52.64 seconds. Still on the event's final outcome, a power-packed performance in that field which included Tokyo silver medalist Dalilah Muhammad and Shamir Little, who were great talents to watch. Tokyo silver medalist Kenny Harrison, Rio silver medalist Nia Ali, and Alaisha Johnson, who recorded the best semi-final time of 12.36 seconds, competed in the women's 100 hurdles. Harrison finished 6th and Ali finished 4th, which wasn't good enough to make the team for the Olympics. McLaughlin-Levrone kept her hold as regards expectations of what's possible in her race going to the US Olympic trials, pulling away from 8 of America's fastest 400-meter hurdles sprinters. She ran across the finish line in 50.65 seconds. It was faster than her previous world record and nearly 2 seconds faster than anyone else in the world had run in the 400 hurdles this year. Putting McLaughlin-Levrone's jaw-dropping time into proper perspective, it isn't just 400-meter hurdles who can't run at her level. The event effort from McLaughlin-Levrone was faster than 4 of the 9 competitors in the Open 400 finals at trials last weekend. Dalilah Muhammad, who is the 2016 Olympic champion and the last person to beat McLaughlin-Levrone in a 400 hurdles race, said that it was great and said it was like people are not shocked anymore as Sydney breaks another world record. The world record time held by Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone further cements her place as the overwhelming favorite as an Olympic champion later this summer in Paris. As far as her sport goes, McLaughlin-Levrone is the most dominating athlete there is. Simply put, what Tiger Woods is to golf, what Serena Williams is to tennis, and what Michael Phelps was to swimming. McLaughlin-Levrone is termed an inspiration by USC senior Jasmine Jones, who also participated in the 400 hurdles final. One of the few 400-meter hurdlers currently active who knows what it feels like to beat McLaughlin-Levrone is her fellow US trials finalist Shamir Little, who did try her best to contend against her. In a sport full of teen wonders who have in this case failed to live up to their hype, McLaughlin has proven to be the exception. By the time McLaughlin-Levrone turned a pro athlete after her freshman year at Kentucky, talents like Muhammad had just started to bust through old records by running under 53 seconds. McLaughlin-Levrone took the baton and ran with it, literally dragging with her a generation of young hurdlers who are now starting to run 52 seconds and 53 seconds beside her. It isn't just one trait that makes McLaughlin-Levrone great, her competitors say. It is a combination of her speed endurance, and her hurdling technique that make her stand out. This season, McLaughlin-Levrone ran the 200-meter in a blistering 22.07 seconds and the open 400-meter in a world-leading 48.75 seconds. She probably would have qualified for the Olympics in either of those events had she chosen to participate in a double at trials, taking it back to the greatness of Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, who shattered her world record in the women's 400-meter hurdles at the Olympic trials, stopping the clock at 50.65 seconds, 0.03 seconds earlier than her previous record. She finished a full 1.99 seconds ahead of her nearest challenger, Anna Cockrell. "I'm definitely a little surprised it happened, but I'm still grateful." McLaughlin-Levrone had mentioned to reporters that she was a little surprised it happened, but she was also grateful. She further added that she wasn't expecting the time and that it was super encouraging. The race for the crown at the Hayward Field on the campus of the University of Oregon was exciting. This was where McLaughlin-Levrone set 4 of her 5 world records. She had started hard from when the gun was fired to the finish line and pulled well ahead of everyone going into the final race. As she crossed the finish line, she didn't seem to be sweating too much before covering her mouth in shock at what she had just done. The result of the race was initially recorded as 50.67 seconds, but then was promptly changed to 50.65 after review. McLaughlin-Levrone has been breaking the barriers in the 400-meter hurdles by first breaking the 52-second barrier before the 51-second mark with her previous records. Now, as she inches closer to the 2024 Paris Olympics, many would be witnessing her fight it out against her Dutch rival Femke Bol, who recently concluded with a time of 52.49 seconds during the European Championships. The American track and field star set a new personal best time of 22.07 seconds at the 2024 LA Grand Prix. This commanding victory announced her return to form after an injury kept her out for much of the 2023 season, including the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Sydney mentioned that she wasn't intending to run the 200-meter at Paris 2024, despite her being eligible for entry and selection into the US Olympic team trials. Instead, she said she opted to treat the race as a tune-up for the 400m hurdles. Let's talk a bit about the phenomenon Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and her early stage. McLaughlin-Levrone came in with a burst of talent. Through her high school years, she broke the national high school record twice in the 400-meter hurdles. Those performances opened her to the 2016 Rio Olympics as a senior in high school and made her the youngest athlete to make the US Olympic track and field team since 1980. She did not advance from the semis, but having made it that far at her age left room for potential. After her graduation from high school, McLaughlin-Levrone attended the University of Kentucky to continue her development with coach Edric Floreal. She competed for the Kentucky Wildcats from 2017 to 2018, producing a number of record performances while winning numerous awards. Most importantly, she broke the world junior record in the 300-meter hurdles in her UK debut, proving her all-round flair and speed. After her freshman year at Kentucky, turning professional, McLaughlin-Levrone signed a deal with New Balance reportedly worth $1.5 million. This step to turn professional early did not hamper her progress in any way, but provided the chance to train full-time and be at the very best level for competition. Looking at her performances at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, McLaughlin-Levrone took home the gold medals in both 400-meter hurdles and 4x400 meters relay. The most remarkable facts about this win is in the 400-meter hurdles, in which she broke her own world record, previously set at 51.41 seconds, becoming the first woman to run less than 52 seconds in this event with 51.46 seconds. Aside from this, McLaughlin-Levrone has been awarded various occasions for her effort to the athletics world, including USA Track and Field Youth Athlete of the Year in 2016 and World Athletics Female Rising Star of the Year in 2018. Her story remains one of its kind, despite missing the 2023 World Championships due to a knee injury that further dropped her ranking for a while. In simple terms, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone established herself as an early record holder and achiever of many great things as it concerns track and field events in sport. The capacity in which she can smash world records back-to-back and go on to win major championships only proves her talent, dedication, and potential for continued success within the sport is something to hold there. Well, that's it for today's video, folks. Make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. See you on the next one.